The given question is a GMAT problem solving practice question. It's an easy question. I'll classify this one as a 550 to 600 level question. This GMAT sample question is from set theory, focuses on the concept of union intersection of two sets. In a class of 40 students, 12 enroll for both German and English. 22 enroll for German. If the students in the class enroll for at least one of these two subjects, then how many students enroll for English and not German? Let's come to what we'll have to find out in a minute. Let's quickly jot down the details and plot it in a Venn diagram. Right? There's a Venn diagram here, English, German. Total number of students in the class is equal to 40. So that number is going to be 40 out here. Number of students who enroll for English is equal to N of E. So let the left-hand side circle in this Venn diagram represent N of E. Number of people who enroll for German, let's call it as N of G. This right-hand side circle, this blue circle, the darker blue, is basically N of G, which is equal to 22. People who enroll for both is equal to 12. So this common region is equal to 12. N of E intersection G is equal to 12. The question mentions that the students of this class enroll for at least one of these two courses. So I randomly pick any student in this class. The student is either going to be a part of the set of English, or will be a part of German, or could be a part of these 12 who enroll for both. So there is going to be no student in this class who is going to be outside of these two circles. So N of E union G whole dash is going to be equal to 0. So total number of students is equal to N of E union G. People who enroll for at least one of these two subjects. Without this information, we couldn't have derived that the total number of students is equal to N of U union G. Watch out for this. In a problem solving question, you're not going to face any problem with this. But in a data sufficiency question, total number of students is given and this statement is not mentioned. You cannot assume the total number of students to be equal to N of E union G. There could possibly be someone lying here. There could be 3 people who enroll for neither of these two languages. They could have taken Spanish, they could have taken something. We do not know what it is. We need this data that the students are enrolled for at least one of these two subjects. What we'll have to find out is students who enroll for English and not German. Students who enroll for English would have been this left-hand side circle. But we want to pick those who enroll for English and not German, which means that we are looking at people who enrolled only for English, is in this part alone. Set English without including those who enroll for both. From the Venn diagram, it becomes very easy. The count of the elements in both these circles is equal to a 40. That has been established. The count of the right-hand side circle is equal to 22. So this part, this entire part which I'm shading right now, is equal to 22. So this 22 plus whatever we have on this left-hand side should be equal to 40. What we have on the left-hand side is only English. So this is 22 and the total is 40. This is going to be equal to 18. So what we need to find out, people who enroll for English and not German, which I'll call it as people who enroll only for English, is equal to 18. That's the answer. So if you do the Venn diagram, this question should take you probably 30 seconds. It took us longer because I was just explaining a lot of these things. Once you're familiar, once you know how to solve this question, it's a 30-second question. We can also solve this in multiple ways depending upon which equation for N of A union B you're going to use. I'll go with the traditional one. We'll go with N of E union G equals N of E plus N of G minus N of E intersection G. What does this tell us? This tells us people have enrolled for at least one of these two languages. Any student in this class has enrolled for at least one of these two. So N of E union G is equal to 40. We have established that. Let's compute N of E, which is what we need to compute as step 1. This is not the answer. This is an intermediate step. N of G is 22 given in the question. N of E intersection G, those who enroll for both, is equal to a 12. So this value together will be a 10. 22 minus 12 is a 10. So N of E is equal to 40 minus 10, which is equal to 30. So step 1, we have found out people who have enrolled for English. But what we need to find out is people who enroll for only English, those who enroll for English but not in German. Only English is from the people who enroll for English. Subtract those who enroll for both these things. Both English and German, if we subtract from people who enroll for English, that's going to give us the number of students who enroll only for English. 18 is the answer to the question. Quickly summarize it in a printed form. Plugging in the value of N of G, N of E intersection G, and N of E union G, we get N of E is equal to 30. N of only E is N of E minus N of E intersection G. Computed N of E to be a 30. N of E intersection G is a 12, comes from the question, second statement. So N of only E equals 18. Choice C is the answer to this question. Before you leave, I want you to do 2 things. Sign up as a trial user at the URL given there, wzko.in/core. It's the most comprehensive and affordable online GMAT course available on the web, available through an iOS app, available through Android. Right? Start with the free topic, statistics and averages. It will take you about 6 to 8 hours to gather momentum into your GMAT quant preparation and also to understand how our teaching methodology works. If you find the teaching methodology helping you, pay and unlock the remaining 19 topics in 8 modules behind the paywall. Secondly, before you leave, subscribe to this channel, youtube.com/Visaco, and turn on notifications. Until next time, stay healthy, stay safe, and stay motivated.